welcome you all to the Coach Phelps Coaching Academy. And today we are going to break down the 1-3-1 defense. Now guys, it is many ways that you can run this, but the way that Coach Phelps runs it is a little different and it requires a lot more work, okay? But I want you to understand, if you teach it, if your guys understand it, once they understand it, you get in the gym and you rep it, you can cause a whole lot of havoc. But the key is everyone must be on the same page. The players must know the rules and the assignments and the rotation just as well as the coach should. So let's get into it. So, the top man, I like to call this guy the animal. He's my second most energetic player on my team, okay? Now, this guy is responsible for pressuring the ball. If you look, there's a gap right now. We don't play gap defense, okay? We like to close the gap. When we close the gap, it makes the ball handler extremely uncomfortable, okay? In today's game, you often see defense play with a huge gap in between, maybe even a larger gap. No, we want to close the gap, okay? Now, as you can see, there's still a little space in between the defender and the ball handler. We do not foul, okay? We do not put our hands on the ball handler at all, at any point. Why? Because the referee will call a foul. What is a foul? This is a foul. This is all you need to do for the whistle to be blown. So I teach my guys, we don't touch, okay? If we go after the ball, we're going after the ball. We're not fouling, okay? We're not touching the ball handler at all, okay? So first thing first, when that ball is coming down the court, our animal, we're closing that gap. We want to make him as uncomfortable as possible, okay? Now, when the ball is swung to the wing, the animal traps the wings. The animal is running non-stop, okay? You want to have at least 2-3 animals because eventually they may get tired. Okay, and you don't want your defense to miss a beat at all. Okay, so have your subs ready, okay? Because you want tons of energy at this top. Why? We expect our animal to trap. We expect the animal to tie the ball up, get both hands on the ball so we can get a jump ball. And we expect the animal to deflect some passes, okay? Now, here we go. As that ball is passed to this way, of course, the animal is trapping, okay? We're not touching, but we're closing that gap for sure, okay? Now, let's get into the rotation, all right? Very, very, very easy, okay? We have our wings, we have our middleman, okay? And I like to call this guy the baseline runner, okay? Because he's running corner to corner, all right? So, when the ball goes to the wing, let me tell you what happened. My baseline runner is gonna slide to what we call the short corner. Now, the reason why he's here is because at the same time, we are protecting. There's probably gonna be a man here, okay? We wanna be able to jump that pass if they decide to dump it in, all right? And we also wanna be in position if this ball heads down to the corner. Now, that ball heads to the corner, that's where we are. All right, but let's take a step back. All right, let's get the ball back to the wing. All right, and I want you to understand, backside wing. When the ball goes away, and this is what we call away, when the ball goes to the opposite side, you have to drop down and protect the basket. That's it. That's it. Either side, both wings. If the ball goes away, backside wing must drop. Now, I've been running this defense for so many years, I can close my eyes. You can tell me where the ball was scored, and I automatically know whose responsibility it was and who blew the assignment. Okay, so let's say the ball gets down to the corner. We got our baseline runner, he's here. Okay, we can go ahead and slide our animal back to the top, and we'll have our wing deny this man. Okay, we got the ball in the corner. Now immediately, my baseline runner, we want to take away the baseline. We want to force this guy back to where the help is, okay? Because when the ball goes to the corner, this guy here likes to go baseline. That's the first thing he's gonna try to do. Maybe jab left and go baseline, trying to take this guy one-on-one. So as we're coming up, as we're here, if that ball gets to the corner, we want to immediately take it away. Let's push him back towards the defense, okay? Because if this guy comes down this way, all right, we got a man here alone. He's going to stay with them, of course, but we got help here. We got help here, and we can slide this man down. Okay, now let's just say that they driving in, all right? What's the next pass? Somebody tell me what's the wide open spot. It's right here. I'll give you the answer. Okay, we automatically know. We automatically know. We're going to have to get right back here. Okay? All right, once that ball starts to pursue, okay, if he's wide open there, we got a man in the middle. This man should be able to jump up, use his arms, maybe deflect that pass, coming back here. Okay, but let's just say he wants to drive and he wants to kick it here. We already know that this is the next pass. Okay? Unless it's somebody down here, either or, it doesn't matter, we're running. Okay? Let's say if that pass come here, boom, we're here, my baseline runner is here. Okay? My backside wing, he's dropping here, okay? It's the same thing. Let's say they get that ball to the corner, cool. We're gonna take it away, okay? Here's my wing taking away this pass. All right, my animal is still at the top. I still got a man in the middle, okay? If he decides to come this way, that's great. We're gonna stay with him. All right, we're gonna stay with him and we're gonna wait for whatever decision that he decides to make. We're gonna wait for it. We know where it's going. Let's just say they decide to skip it, great. We're here. We're here. Baseline runner, short corner. Backside wing, drop down, rotate. You gotta move, okay? But what I'm telling you guys is your advantage comes in. You have to really be prepared for 1-3-1, okay? And as a coach, you have to know how to beat the 1-3-1, okay? So in that first quarter, you will learn whether that coach has an idea or whether he doesn't. If that coach doesn't have an idea, you can't expect his kids to know how to beat this. That is the advantage that you have, okay? In today's game, most defenses that you see, you're gonna see a man-to-man. You might see a little bit of zone, but this 1-3-1, man, if you have the athletes, gosh, let me tell you guys a story, okay? Let's bring it back to the top, all right? So, it's about 2 years ago, I was coaching on the Under Armour circuit. Oh man, we had a 9th grade team, but they were huge. I had a 5'9" 8th grade, stocky guy, athlete. I had about 6'7" in the middle. I had a guy 6'6" on this wing, 9th grade. I had another guy 6'5" on this wing. And then I had a small guy right here. Now, it doesn't really matter about the size, of your baseline runner, because as long as they can get low and understand that either corner that they run into, they're forcing that ball back inside and we're taking away that baseline, you're good to go, okay? I like my baseline runner, that ball get to the corner, I like him to get up on that ball and get his hands on it. I love a tie-up. I love a jump ball, okay? Because that's letting me know you're not fouling. You're smart enough to get both hands on the basketball. The basketball, that's the key. All right, and if your guys, the more you guys work in and practice, the more you guys train, the more you guys understand it, man, the better the results you're gonna get. All right, now I got a 3-step process to anything that I teach. Now, any defense, offense, doesn't matter. We start in the classroom on the chalkboard, okay? Because mentally you have to understand what you're doing before you step out there. On the athletic field, the basketball court, the football field, doesn't matter what sport. You have to know what you're doing, okay? So I like to teach it on the board. I call this chalk talk, okay? Because that gives that gives my athletes a chance to clear up anything that they don't understand, okay? Because as a coach, my expectation and my standard, I'm gonna teach you, okay? I'm gonna make sure that you understand, right? We're gonna get in practice and we're gonna work on it, all right? And after that, it's time to execute, okay? And when you get pulled out of the game, I don't do a lot of yelling, I don't do a lot of cursing, I don't cause a whole lot of havoc with my kids, screaming at them. We have an understanding, okay? Now, we're to the point, you can get the job done, or I just gotta find somebody else to do it, okay? Because I've done my job as a coach. We had chalk talk. we answered and cleared up any misunderstandings, okay? We got to practice, okay? And we worked on it. We work on it year round, okay? And now it's time to execute. And if you can't execute, then we got a problem, okay? A lot of coaches, they just like to jump out there and teach while they're on the field or while they're on the court. No. Because if your athlete mentally is not understanding their role, the assignment, you're gonna have a problem in the game, okay? So I like to teach, man. I like everybody to be hitting on all cylinders. I like my players to be holding each other accountable. Why? Because they know just as much as I do. I taught them. It's the same system. We have the same rules, okay? So just make sure that you are taking the time out to make sure that all of your athletes understand the rules and the assignments to anything that you're doing, all right? All right, guys, now, my middle man, he's going from elbow to elbow. He never moves, okay? His head is on the swivel constantly. Because of the 1-3-1, if you're stepping up against a coach who likes to just move their guys around, you can't get stuck looking at the ball, okay? You gotta understand, if the ball is over here, okay, here's our rotation. I'm gonna move everybody. Short corner, he's here, backside must drop, protect the basket, okay? Now, if we're just focused on this side of the ball, understand, we can't see anything that's happening over here. This is your most dangerous side of the court. I call this the back side, okay? You got the ball side, which is the side the ball is on. And then you have the back side, okay? So, we always have 3 to the ball side, 2 to the back side. Doesn't matter what defense we're in. Does not matter. I could be in a full court press, half court press. I got 3 to the ball, I got 2 to the backside. My backside guys are responsible for keeping their head on the swivel, okay? I should not have 5 guys looking at the ball. This is the side that can kill us. This is the side where we can give up points, okay? I don't even be worried about the ball side. As a coach, in this defense, my defense, my backside guys, what are you doing? Is your head on the swivel? What is my head on the swivel? You should be able to see the ball and anybody on this side as well. Okay, so I'm kind of ball man, okay? I'm seeing too, if I keep my head moving, I can see both of them. Look at the ball, that's my man. I need to be able to see him, okay? Can you pass the ball to air? No. Who do you pass the ball to? The next man, okay? So, my backside, there's no excuse. So, regardless of what side the ball is on, my big man in the middle, his head is on the swivel, okay? A guy can start here and creep right up in here, okay? And if these two are looking at the ball, how are they gonna see it, okay? They could get the ball right here, right? And we could be so undisciplined, we already allowed them to break the defense. They could catch, and we could just try to defend it and foul it. Now I'm gonna be super upset. That's not what we're supposed to be doing, okay? So, here we are, middle man. He's moving, he can go block the block. Wherever that guy is, he can mirror him. But as he see his man, he must be able to see the ball. His head must be on the swivel, okay? This backside is what can kill us, all right? In this 1-3-1, all right? Let's go ahead. Let's talk about these wings, guys, okay? And listen, it's extremely easy. I'm telling you, I had a guy 6'5", okay, 6'5", check it out. Remember the rule. It's simple. Ball go to the wing. Everybody rotate. Short corner. This guy, if he does not move, if he stays right here, there is nobody here. So your wings must know when the ball go away, I have to drop. Now, we got so much havoc right here. We're not touching them. We definitely close the gap. Your next pass, okay, I don't expect it to be here. It might happen, okay? But this guy here, he may have a better chance because we got that animal coming down. So we're in that passing lane coming back to the top. This pass here, listen, guys, I had a 6'5" wing. He would see it. He will move at the flank of the ball. That's the key, guys, the flank of the ball. You do not move when the ball is passed over here. Now you getting over there. No. You have to automatically see it. You have to know. You got to be smart enough. It's only 5 players on the court. It's only 5. As that ball is in transition over here, I'm already moving. Boom. I'm going the other way. I'm going. Listen, I had a 6'5" guy. He was 6'5", 9th grade. I called him the Rob. He used to love coming down here. When the ball go away, he'll fly down here because they are not anticipating that he's going to make that steal. Man, he going to get it every time. Now, mind you, we got hands in this guy's face. We got hands, so it's going to be that much harder for you to make that pass. If everybody knows their rules and knows their assignments, you're going to force turnovers left and right in this defense, man. Okay, now, every defense can be beat. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, if you step up against a coach that knows how to play against a 1-3-1, okay, then you run it for as long as you can, okay? And then you make the adjustments. If they're prepared for it, okay, your guys got to move. And let's just say they got athletes just like you guys do. That's where your coaching come into play. You may have to make an adjustment, okay? If they break it down your defense, let's just say they're not shooting. Let's say they're not shooting at all. They attack. All right? I would make an adjustment just like this, like, okay, all right, we're good. All right, let's take the middle away. Let's force them to shoot. Let's force them to shoot. Can they shoot? Because if they can't shoot, we just have to rotate. Okay? So we just went from a 1-3-1 to a 2-3. Okay? Or it's another one of my favorites that you don't see often. Okay? I ran this year with my I didn't have so much of a talented group. I didn't really give them too much because the defenses that I run, it's all based on, the level of talent and experience that I have. Okay? This is another defense that you can kill them at. 3-2. We'll do another video. We'll talk about this later on. But this is just the adjustments that you can make as a coach. Okay? But a 1-3-1, I'm telling you right now, grassroots basketball, it's not ran often, not even in high school. But you have a guy like me who know the ins and outs to it and know, the rotation and having the athletes to force the turnover. Oh no, I'm gonna pressure you and I'm gonna take that ball from you. Okay? Now, if you got some height, or if you got some athletes, you got somebody that really wants to get that ball, that animal is gonna be critical. Okay? All right, if you see that they start switching point guard, they start switching ball handlers, you're winning. You're winning. That means the defense that you're running, this 1-3-1, this odd front, because you got a pit bull up here, the animal, who's willing to close that gap and take that ball. You're winning. Okay, let's go through the rotation. Let's get it. Boom. All right, we're up on, close the gap, animal come down. Baseline runner, slide to the short corner, backside wing, coming down. You can run this defense many other ways. This is how I run it. Okay? I've seen it rotated differently. No. This is the way that Coach Phelps does it. I like it. Okay? Let's say that ball gets to the corner. Boom. All right? First thing first, taking away the baseline. Okay? Animal, you can get back. Okay? Wingman, go ahead and slide in. We don't got to hug them. Okay? All right? Now, it may be a case depending on your athlete's IQ. Track this in the corner if you want to. You can track this, bring him down. All right, but we gotta work. We gotta work if this ball get out of the corner. Now, I don't run the trap unless I have the athletes who are smart enough to understand the gamble that we take when we trapping in the corner. With me, if I trap in this corner, that ball better not leave the corner. That's my standard, and we're gonna practice it like that. Never ask a kid to do anything that you guys haven't worked on, okay? Because you'll find yourself frustrated, upset. That kid may not have ever been taught, what you're expecting from them, okay? So when you're teaching, regardless of what level, sometimes you may gotta start from the bottom. 1 + 1 is 2, okay? 1 - 1 is 0. Okay, you gotta start from the bottom, all right? But it's so much that you guys can do. Okay, but if you guys are trapping in the corner, these 3 are extremely important. Extremely important, but we'll get into that at another time, okay? All right, we're still working on the rotation. Let's get it back to home base, okay? Ball up top. All right, remember, once that ball goes to the wing, baseline runner, short corner, okay? I got my animal, we're trapping this, okay? And remember, my backside, he got the drop. As soon as he see this ball being in transition to be passed over, he got to go. There's no excuse, because guess what? If you don't move, it's a free 2 points, okay? Free 2 points. Like I said, I can close my eyes, and you can tell me where the ball was scored. I know whose responsibility it was. I know who blew the assignment. We want no blown assignments. That's why you get into a classroom or a learning setting with maybe chalkboard, clipboard, whatever. Your guys need to understand the rotation. They need to understand the rules to the defense. They need to understand the assignments. Okay? If they understand those three, you get out there, practice, you rep it. What is rep? Repetition. The more you do it, the better you'll get, okay? And that's when you make your correction. You make your mistakes at practice, okay? And if you aren't too confident in a game situation, don't run it, okay? Don't run it, all right? Okay, 1-3-1, man. You guys learned it here first, man. Coach Phelps, Coaching Academy. If you have any questions, feel free. Drop in the comments, like, subscribe, share, tell the world what we got going on, man. I'm giving away the recipe, man. 1-3-1. It could be ran at the beginner level, intermediate level, or the advanced level. And there's so much more that you can do with it. Okay? So much more depending on the level of talent that you have. Okay? I appreciate you guys checking in. See you in the next video.